LS11 Universe, it's Zander.
Ray.
And welcome to a huge live stream. We've been pretty excited about this one for a little while.
I guess Anniversary Eve.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. And the reason we're live right now instead of being live tomorrow for this specific announcement is Ray is not going to be available to be on tomorrow's live stream. So it will just be me. And Ray wanted to be here because this is an announcement that is going to shape the future of LS11 Universe. It is.
I want to be here for something for you guys because I won't be available tomorrow because I have work and I get out at 9:30 and then I have a party.
Right, exactly. But so let's see. We've already got a couple people trickling in. Zach says claustrophobic. I assume claustrophobic is probably just a typo of autocorrecting something being weirdly autocorrected. A reminder: can you tell us what could have been with Wyatt and Impact?
Or he's describing the space here in Zander. It looks claustrophobic.
It kind of is. Yeah, I said recently on a on a premiere that I'd talk about what Bray Wyatt's Impact run was going to be. I guess I can talk about that real quick. There wasn't terribly much to it. It was just going to kind of be he was this force of nature that was in Impact.
At some point, we thought about him winning the title, and we were like, let's just keep Bray away from titles.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So I kind of came up with the new God of Fear name. And it just kind of became like he was going to kill your favorites, which is why he started with Rob Van Dam, who's pretty much universally beloved. Then he went after Alex Shelley, and he was probably going to go after Saban at one point.
Yeah, and guys, before you complain, this has been a common thing throughout wrestling that monsters don't win titles.
Yeah.
Like, it's only I think since the 90s that has been a popular thing to do. Or has been a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Guys, there's a reason there's the monster heel and then there's the chicken shit heel. And the chicken shit heel more often than not becomes the champion. And the reason why is the chicken shit heel. I'm not talking down because we have smart viewers. I'm sure they know this, We have smart people who watch this. We're intellectuals. We produce intellectual content. We don't have stupid people amongst our viewers. I know that. Obviously, Zander. Why are you even suggesting it? But anyway,
you see, right? Mansplaining is when a man explains things too much.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. But anyway, yeah. So he doesn't need to win titles to have good stories. A title is a prop in a story.
Yeah.
And
But yeah. So long story short, Bray was going to kind of run through people. Probably was going to do a Monsters Ball match with Abyss. Probably was going to do some stuff with Jonah. All that kind of stuff. And just ultimately, him going back to WWE, there's more stories to tell there anyway. We did consider keeping him in Impact, but I think what we've got planned for him for the next year or so, probably 2 years already, I think you guys are going to like it. Also, Pierre says hello. So, hey, Pierre. Colton Scribner says hi. Hi, Colton. Colton's brother Jace says hi. Hi, Jace. Trey Reboot asks, can NXT come back, please? I know a lot of people really want an NXT reboot, but it's kind of one of those things where, we're kind of doing our own thing right now. And roll the trailer!
Counter, gun, kicks him up, pops him up, leaves him in the air to hang.
And now done. Grab Styles back to his feet.
Oh my God!
Third time.
Zander!
Bitter and connects. 1, 2, it's over. Pete Dunne
did it.
Pete Dunne is the final NXT champion.
We are NXT, and I am proud to be the one to lay this championship in the ring and say goodbye. Farewell, NXT. Well, that's different. Rampage is out. NXT's coming back, baby.
Yep. So, yes, this upcoming Rampage will be the last episode of Rampage.
Yeah.
But it will be there. I like the episode we're going out on. I think it's a fun episode. But anyway, after that, I'm going to take like a small break to prep things, and then and also to give Zander and a lot amount of time to write certain people out that we're going to need for the roster. I'm going to bring in some AEW guys. I'm going to bring in some Impact guys, maybe some ROH people, like New Japan guys. It will be NXT at its core. I'm going to keep a very similar style of NXT that I like, which is primarily black and gold style NXT. But I will also be kind of shaping it to be its own thing. It will be different from the original NXT that we did.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly, because there's that format is, I don't know.
Right. It's pretty much, it's no longer developmental. Like, I know we called it the third brand the first 2 seasons, but 2.5 seasons, really. We call it, it's a third brand, and it was at its core a third brand, but also deep down, it was developing people to go to Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
But now it's less so a third brand, or I guess like a 6th brand for LS11 Universe. It's less so that, more so than it is Ray's dream promotion with the NXT label on it.
And also, I will also say I will still also be bringing young people and developing that.
Right. They're like, people will go through NXT and end up on Raw and SmackDown, possibly on Dynamite, possibly on Impact, so on and so forth.
And simply being, guys, the reason is writing developmental wrestling is actually really fun.
Yeah.
Because you can literally have the end of the story at any time.
Yeah.
When you're booking a regular promotion, you have to know what's going to happen next, and it has to pretty much stay on that brand. NXT does not have that problem. You can pretty much just say, all right, this is the end, and it's over. Yeah. They're gone.
Yeah.
Now it's over.
So Zach asks, so no 2.0 guys. There will be guys that are featured on NXT 2.0. Just because, you know, like, and I've been saying this.
I don't think it's a great promotion either. I think it's a take on the original NXT with my flavor on it, because my dream promotion would be absurd.
Yeah, well, you kind of know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But I guess the best way to put it is, like, you know, I've been saying this for a year since 2.0 happened. Just because someone comes in under the NXT 2.0 umbrella does not immediately mean they are destined to fail. It just means that they had the misfortune of coming into a promotion that had been bastardized. And had NXT Black and Gold still existed when 2.0 happened, like, and it had been its own thing, I don't think there'd have been as much of a difference from it. It's just the fact that you took something that people loved with black and gold and completely flipped it on its head and went.
Because when you bring in Bruce Pritchard.
Exactly. And HBK can take all the blame he wants to from it. It's bullshit. It was Pritchard definitely had his hands in there. But like, am I allowed to rate off a couple of names that are going to go to NXT?
Sure, but I'd like to quote Jim Cornette here. Because he said that Shawn can take all the blame he wants. It's not his fault.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know what he said?
What's that?
Shawn Michaels is an asshole. Shawn Michaels isn't stupid.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
So I will list names that are going that are not currently involved in stories, if that works.
Okay.
So the current NXT under Ray Wood roster that I can reveal that are on their way there are Tyler Bate, the return of, can I say the other guy whose initials are similar to Tyler Bate?
Go ahead.
Tyler Breeze will make his return. NXT will also see the return of Ray Wood favorites Timothy Thatcher, Oni Lorcan, and Danny Burch.
Yep.
Los Lotharios and Grizzled Young Veterans will make their way to NXT. Let's see. A couple names that you've already seen on Raw and SmackDown, like Zion Quinn, Wes Lee, Odyssey Jones. Those are just some of the more like mid-card names I can think of. Damon Kemp, who was called up in the draft, will go to NXT because he needs more development. NXT, whether Ray wants it or not, is where you will find Ezekiel Sampson. Jobber to the Stars, Ezekiel, Elias's younger brother.
Editing, doing all the stuff with the show, I would not put it past him. Like, go into an uploaded video, rip it down, insert an Ezekiel Sampson segment he recorded himself, and put it back.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Ray. I don't even really care about Ezekiel. It just pisses you off, which is funny. The women's roster will also be receiving. The women's roster will also be getting. I can only say a couple names on here because there's some big ones that I feel like you want to have as surprises. So I'll say kind of the more basic ones. The women's roster, I can only confirm right now, will get Saray, not Saraya, Saray, the one that's DLC in 2K22 that nobody plays as. Roxanne Perez, Mako Satomura, Isla Dawn, Fallon Henley, Cora Jade, and Iofi Valkyrie are the only names I can confirm right this minute. There are more coming. And that's the names I am allowing myself to say because I don't want to just take Ray's like big names and be like, oh, this person is going to be here as well. Because that just, I want to leave some surprises for you.
And also, guys, like, we're going to take a break because I want to be honest, recording Rampage is not that fun after basically everyone's going back.
Yeah, it is really weird. The other reason we are pulling Rampage is, quite honestly, it's weird. This is a phrase that my fiance and I talked about. Coexisting, we can do. You and I can coexist within the same universe. You doing New Japan, me doing all the other stuff. We were fine. It was like, hey, I'm going to use this person in New Japan. Okay, cool. But then it's like cohabitation of us sharing AEW and recording a show each for it. Oh, shit. Stuff just kept going wrong.
Yeah. And like, we weren't arguing or anything.
No, we weren't. It was just more like, hey, will you do this? Oh, shit, I forgot. Hey, you're going to do this, right? Damn it.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't use Malachi Black because he's doing stuff on Rampage. Ray couldn't use Keith Lee because he's doing stuff on Dynamite, and so on. So
I'm going to describe a situation for you right now that happened. No spoilers for tomorrow's big show, but
right.
Bush, who was in the main event, was my original plan to feud with Malachi Black for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. And then literally like the day I was writing this feud out, you put up the ROH card.
Yeah, my bad. My bad. That was really funny because it was like Ray was like, all right, so I'm going to have Roosh. And he told me that it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to have Roosh fighting against Malachi. And in the main event, Dalton Castle battles Roosh. All right, guess I'm not going to use Roosh.
Yeah, I only saw on Claudio, which was fun.
That was a really fun match. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Also, I didn't hear. Did you guys like Bandito the other day?
I really liked Bandito.
Yeah. I liked the match they had.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I guess with Rampage going away, the question is raised of what about those 2 belts that got introduced 2 months ago? There's a plan, and I will say kind of the loose skeleton of the plan is the All-Atlantic title is going to come back into the fold. It will still feature on Dynamite. The TBS title will feature on Dynamite for as long as I can find stuff for it. But once a unification match gets announced, you'll realize Zander ran out of ideas. Because that is now 7 titles on 1 show a week.
Yeah.
Take notes, Tony. Not really that good of an idea.
Also, I'd like to say this, though. It's weird because running a weekly show that operates in divisions in which it does not have an actual foothold is a very odd thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, like, I'm not like Dynamite primarily is the thing that features the tag champions. So when I do tag storylines, there's like eventually I run out of options.
Yeah, exactly.
And dear God, there should not be secondary tag titles.
Yep.
I'm not saying they should never exist. There are some promotions that have done a good enough job building a tag division to justify a secondary tag title. They're all gone today, but they existed at some point. But heaven knows we're miserable now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hold up.
Okay.
Taken care of.
Okay.
Taken care of.
Well, Miss XYZ, I apologize.
Wrong place. Not that kind of wrestling.
Not that kind of wrestling.
So, by the way,
unless we both lose our jobs in this economy.
I've only got my job for 2 more months, so
yeah.
I know my time is ticking down. But anyway,
OnlyFans coming soon.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that out in the atmosphere. Oh man. But yeah, so kind of fun fact. Tomorrow I will be doing a 3-year anniversary stream for LS11 Universe. And Ray is unfortunately not going to be available. But I put together
I might come in.
What was that?
On my 30-minute break, I might come in.
Fair enough. But anyway, yeah. So while I was getting clips to put together a big video that's going to kick off the live stream tomorrow night, like a best of the last 3 years. I went through our live stream archive. So many of our old streams have limited to no ads because of strong language. Like, apparently, we are so inappropriate in some of the old stuff that, like, YouTube's just like, nope, bad idea, Zander. Like, let me just tell you what ones there are, and you can tell me if any of these ring a bell.
Okay.
Our very first one, Takeover 30, I think has limited ads because the title is literally got XXX in the title.
Okay. Yeah.
Halloween Havoc Watch Along, where I'm dressed as Scarlet Witch. I feel like that might have something to do with it.
Huh?
That might have something to do with it.
No, they wouldn't. That'd be considered being having hate speech or something.
Survivor Series 1990 Watch Along.
I do there.
Royal Rumble 1998 Watch Along.
What did I say there?
I don't remember. Oddly enough, the live stream where you talked about penis pumps, full ads. Day one watch along has no ads.
One thing you can say penis pumps because we know we're going to stay monetized when we say it now. It's fantastic.
Yep. So Hanzo's hopped in the chat. Good to see you. Trey Reboot says there's a rumor of a certain woman returning tonight. Will we see her back in universe mode? I quite honestly don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking about Chelsea Green, are you talking about Sarah Logan?
I mean, she's already back. She's already in another brand. He could be talking about Tegan.
That's true.
Because we know she's probably on her way back.
Yeah, I've not heard any return rumors. Like I heard, Emma. Yeah, Emma. That's another one. Maybe we'll see her, maybe we won't. You never know where everyone's going to show up.
Yeah. But to get back to the fun part.
Yeah.
I think maybe because I consulted with Mary Jane on the
one. Oh, yeah. You mean that one where you forgot to take yourself off the stream and I wasn't looking? Or the one where you only took yourself off but didn't mute your mic so everyone heard you hit it and then you go into your mic?
Both.
Very possibly. Very possibly.
Yeah. I will say though, like one of the miracles of the last few years, season 1, we were doing remote commentary. We had so many technical issues.
Yeah.
We had so many issues. Somehow, WrestleMania went perfectly.
Yeah, pretty much. There were a couple audio issues with WrestleMania season 1.
Yeah, we don't talk about that enough. I'm like, WrestleMania 1 still sounds pretty good to me. And it was remote. I was in New Mexico at the time.
Yeah, and I remember we had to stop in the middle of that one. We had to do that one across 2 recording sessions.
Yeah.
Because you got sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the NXT titles are coming out of retirement.
Yeah. I'm going to go dust off those things. Zander, you're going to have to make people even smaller on the banner.
Fuck. I don't know how I'm going to squeeze these people in. Like, the main YouTube banner only is for weekly series. The Twitter banner, that's going to be fine. That's got plenty of space. I'd show what the Twitter banner looks like now, but I only have the one post Super Card of Honor saved on my computer. And I'm not about to sit here and spoil the entire Ring of Honor results for tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, I don't know, eventually we're going to introduce so many titles, the point we're just going to have to be like, screw it, we're not doing that for the banner anymore. We're just changing the banner design, period.
The LS11 Universe.
Yeah, and then eventually it will get to that. No, I'm sure we'll always have something. Like, I think maybe like our eventual thing, like I've thought about this before, is maybe instead like we have like a banner above. It's just like not the champions, but just our main stars on the banner, like bathed in light, depending on the brand they're in.
Yeah, that's kind of what it used to be.
Yeah, which I think could be fun. Like, You know, like we have the NXT guys, the SmackDown guys, the Raw guys, the AEW guys, and that's just like 4 groups, like, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna say it is nice, it is just kind of nice letting Rampage go, because I'm gonna be real with everyone. This is not me being like WWE biased or anything like that. Dynamite's just my least favorite thing to do every week.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels awkward doing it with all the stuff going on in AEW. It feels like, despite us having all these people, it feels like we still have such a limited roster, even though it's the biggest roster in Universe.
Yeah. Like another issue with booking AEW, I will say this though, you ride like, and I will say, oh my God, Hanzo, thanks.
Oh, Hanzo, thanks, man.
Let's get Hanzo up here. Let's get Hanzo's donation. Thanks, Hanzo. $5 from Hanzo.
Hanzo, the $4.99, $5 donation. Thanks, champ, the internet champion, who we know is going to be defending that title against you tomorrow at LSWF Kickoff.
So he's trying to bribe you so he'll win. He's just like, that's he's just slipping $5.
Sliding $5 under the table.
Yeah, like, hey man.
Hanzo, I need you to do the job to Ray. He's like, that's not going to work for me, brother.
Yeah, like he's like, hey, if the ref's hands goes a little fast, don't worry about it. Like, just like that kind of thing.
And then this is Ray's response to it. We've got new clips, by the way. Here's one.
No.
I'm just waiting. I want the new one that I showed you right before we went live to kind of be one of the final ones that I do tonight.
Yeah.
So, Ray, since you're not going to be on the show tomorrow, let's hear about some of your favorite moments from the last 3 years.
All right, 1 second. Just texting my mother.
Oh, you're fine. I was
Yeah.
texting mine right before we went live.
Anyway, let me. Well, of course, we have NXT Takeover New York, which I think was the first really good takeover.
Yeah, definitely. That's where takeovers kind of kicked into the next year.
Yeah, and we had season 2 NXT, which I think is probably my best year for wrestling ever in.
Probably.
I really think it's tops like everything I've ever read. It's like a whole work. I think the storylines we've gone through is best in. No spoilers because it hasn't happened yet. But because I'm heading up the Cody story.
Yep.
And if it goes to plan, I think Cody will be my best storyline ever.
I think so, yeah.
Up to this point, I mean, like, I'm not saying I won't book anything better in the future, but
Yeah.
as I'm saying right now, it'd probably be my best work. But yeah, NXT was very special in that regard. Another thing that I really enjoyed, I know Zander's going to talk about this and nauseam tomorrow probably, so I'm just going to glide over a little. Murphy versus Rollins for the first seasons we did.
Oddly enough, that's like not in the video package for tomorrow at all.
What?
Because there's so much. The video package, when I wrote down everything that was going in it, it was a 40-minute package when I was done.
Yeah.
I had to cut 30 minutes out of it.
So, like, it's literally like, it's like the Beatles Get Back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
So, Peter Jackson's a massive Beatles fan. There's a recording of the Beatles' last recording sessions for the Let It Be album. And there's about 60 hours of raw footage and 90 hours of audio.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to whittle that down into all the best parts. And at the end, he had 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had to try to whittle it down to 2. And he couldn't. So eventually they stuck it at 8 and put it on Disney Plus. And that's the documentary The Beatles Get Back. which is a fantastic documentary, but it feels like that experience is what you're describing for me right now.
Fair enough.
Whereas-
Yeah, so Pierre is even shocked that Rollins Murphy's not. I will talk about Rollins Murphy tomorrow, but really tomorrow's video package just hits like the main event highlights of the season.
Which let's make sure we don't ignore the side stories, because God knows we have fun with our mid-card storylines.
Look, man, I might have gotten a little carried away with Danhausen these last few months. Might have just like a little bit gotten carried away.
A little?
A little.
What is your definition of a little?
Digital media champion.
So, no, I'm talking about, we've still done absurd things outside of that.
Yeah. Oh, wait, real quick. Hanzo asks, let me cover these two questions just real quick. Hanzo asks, is there any way I can run in the Royal Rumble next season and immediately eliminate it? My man, you're going to be like one of the key players in the LSWF Royal Rumble in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're getting eliminated immediately in that one. And then Zach asks, how am I feeling after the attack at Halloween Havoc? I'm feeling great, but that son of a bitch Homelander's got a beating coming from me. I'll be stepping into the LSWF kickoff ring for the first time next week to get a little bit of that frustration out. So.
Cut to Homelander at the end of season 3. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I get it.
Just you wait. Stefania says hi. Hey, Stefania. And Zach says, the dancing during a random match for Danhausen. That was so good, though.
Yeah.
You've seen that clip, right?
Yeah. Zander, it would not be a recap of the last 3 years if I did not bring this up.
Okay.
Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors being forced on me in that tag team turmoil match.
Haven't heard enough of that one yet. Josh Mullins asks, is NXT back? Yes, that is what this stream is announcing. Next week will be the final Rampage. Wednesdays are going to take a hiatus for a couple months, probably about 4 to 8 weeks. And then NXT will officially take its place. Colton says, November 26th, I will beat you, Xander. That's right. I announced in Discord that on November 26th, I will face Colton on LSWF Kickoff. What do you guys think of Johnny Gargano becoming the IC champion in real life? I'd be down for it, but of course, inject Johnny Gargano versus Gunther into my veins. But I think him versus Rollins for the U.S. title is probably more likely.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Gunther. I don't know, like, what the who he's next to feud with, because
it's currently Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I know it's Rey Mysterio, but like, let's be honest, it's if he loses to Rey Mysterio, I would really disagree with that decision. I mean,
he's not losing it to Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, if they did, I would be genuinely shocked, and it would not be a good idea. But anyway, because like now you've gone to this, which I'm not honestly into him and Rey Mysterio as much as I was him and Sheamus. But I don't think him and Sheamus had much longer of being like an actual entertaining feud for the fans.
Well, I think what they're doing, just with how stuff's been built, I think oddly enough, if Bloodline's not in War Games next month, which they should be, if Bloodline's not in War Games, I think we're getting Roman Sheamus for the belt is what they're building. And I think they're going to hold off on Sheamus and then have him and Gunther round 3 at WrestleMania, and that's where Sheamus gets the belt.
Yeah. You know what could be fun?
What's that?
Which they're not going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Just me being me. If Butch became Pete Dunne again, and they eventually led to him beating him for the belt.
Yeah.
That could be fun. That's not happening. I understand that.
Let's see. So back to the chat for a second. Pierre says Johnny and Cody should be interesting. Oh, I'm so excited. That's like the one Cody feud I've been allowed to take control of. And I'll actually like tell a little bit of this. I'm not gonna like go full blown like put you on blast or anything. I kind of had to fight you to get this one to happen.
Yeah, well, also, like,
Which I understand why.
yeah. Well, also, when he pitched it, he had a lot added. Like a good bit, Xander.
Yeah.
And like I was like, are you trying to just take control of the story at this point, buddy?
It's like, no, it wasn't. It was like, I was like, this is how long I want the feud to go. Here's my ideas. After that, we'll go into the next thing.
Yeah.
And so ultimately, like, the feud was supposed to start last month, but we agreed we'd start it for Money in the Bank instead.
What do you think of Ricochet being released? What?
What do you think of them really? Essentially, it's should they release Ricochet is what's being asked.
I
No.
thought Ricochet was released. And I was like, what?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think currently, yeah, he doesn't have much going on right now, but I think that will change as
He will find something for him.
yeah.
I have no doubt of that in my head. I think, like, guys, I'm not going to assess what's going on and how well Triple H is doing as a booker till about a year in. That's when I'll probably take an assessment of how good he is at this job. At booking.
Hanzo asks if we've still got merch, so there you go, Hanzo. Drop that right there in the chat.
Yeah. But, because quite frankly, Vince had it to the point where it would probably take about a year to fix it.
Yeah.
Because you can't just, like, the next day everyone's like the way you want them to be. Like, that would be way too big of a shift. It would jar the fans. There would be you have to like transition, and there has to be a transition point.
Yeah.
And right now, what's going on is there are still people who work for WWE who have Vince's philosophy at the core of their head.
Yep.
And they're I don't think all of them are gone by any means within the next year. But I think you'll see slowly their influence start to creep away a little bit. But right now, I think we are still in the middle of a transition period from Vince to what it will be going forward. And so things like Ricochet and other things like that, I wouldn't assess for a good while until we finally get a grip of what's going on. First of all, I think Triple H is eventually building to them separating the belts again.
I think so,
yeah. Either what's going to happen is they are literally going to do what they did in 2002, which is have eventually Roman make a singular belt that represents the two belts and then introduce another belt altogether.
Yeah.
Which, I'm going to be honest, it would be a good opportunity to drop the Universal if you wanted to do that from the title. And nobody would complain.
Nope.
Nobody would complain about them dropping Universal.
Oh, Hanzo. Damn, dude, that's harsh.
Zander, make sure I beat him tomorrow or I leave the channel. Anyway,
now taking applications for a co-host.
But anyway, Hanzo, why are you being this mean?
It's strictly business, man. It's strictly business. It's like when it was you and me at Bash at the Beat or Bayside Beatdown. I was talking all that shit about how I was going to kick your ass, but it was strictly business. And then you broke my ribs.
Well, if I wasn't in a professional environment, I'd probably say, Hanzo, I'm going to bury you 9 feet under. I'd probably say, Hanzo, I'm going to drag you out from that little basement you've been hiding in and put you in God's daylight as he shines upon the true champion. That's why I'd say if I wasn't in a professional setting, but I am in a professional setting, so I won't say that.
He's doing it again. Stefan, it's fine. This is all part of a bit with our fan universe coming up tomorrow. Hanzo and Ray have a match tomorrow, so it's just It's just some smack talking before. And Ray doesn't really stay active in Discord. So this is like the one time Ray gets to do any LSWF stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I am in Discord. If you text me, I probably would answer.
Oh, it was so funny, man. So the Doctor and Quizmaster are in Discord as well. And
fantastic.
before the most recent show, Halloween Havoc, Quizmaster, let me just read this shit, actually. So this is how Doctor and Quizmaster both got added to the tag team turmoil. Quizmaster requested that because he already beat the Doctor, he didn't need to fight him again. He wanted to be in tag team turmoil. I said, well, I guess you make a fair point. And since the Doctor hasn't talked to me in a while, suddenly I get a notification that the Doctor's joined the server, and he says, not so fast. You think you can run from me twice now, do you? You see, last time we met, I was supposed to be going one-on-one with you, but you instead brought out your monster and expected me to take just 3 pile drivers and not come back. And these two went back and forth for 5 minutes, and then suddenly, while this is happening, my phone just pings from Ray, and he says, buddy, what are you doing?
Yep.
And then Carnal just randomly dropped in a clip as well. If I can find it real quick, I'll play the clip Carnal dropped in. Because it was funny as shit, too. Do I even have the clip? Because I honestly don't know if I do. Oh, yep. Carnal just goes and drops this clip in, which I relate to this clip on a spiritual level. Give it just a second. Carnal just drops this in after the argument.
Well, that just sort of happened to me. I mean, I didn't even participate in that.
Hanzo puts out laughing emojis. Pierre says verbatim. Zach says it would be funny if Ray and Zander just put themselves over all the time in LSWF.
I've never been that good at putting myself over. Even if I get over, I do it primarily to then lose later.
Yeah. So, me, on the other hand, I am the game you don't want to play me, man. It's as simple as that.
In other words, he's Triple H, not Mick Foley. Why
do you think I put the Triple H gif into the Discord all the time? I'm gonna bury some fuckers.
It's because he's still trying to get back at me for when I kicked his ass at that karate sparring tournament.
For God's sake, people like Xander's going to put himself over, isn't he? I'm in a feud with the world champion.
Zander, Ray, what do you guys think of the first feud of Bray Wyatt after he returned? Well, he has a feud right now.
He's kind of in a feud with himself, I guess.
Same. Anyway, I mean, I love it. I think it was really cool. Do I think she can come back and immediately go into a feud with Ronda Rousey? No. No.
I genuinely think she's better off being put into the tag division because the tag division needs some people.
Yeah. I hate saying it. Take Dana Brooke off TV. She's already off TV. Keep her off TV. Stop putting her on main event or whatever you have her on.
Yeah.
Dana Brooke still with the company? I'm making sure.
She is.
Okay.
She's a 24/7 champion.
Oh, fantastic. Anyway.
We have fun here.
And then just bring back Emma and Dana Brooke. There would be enough deep cut fans that would understand that duo.
Yeah, I love it. Pierre says also Sephiroth's back. He sure is. I mean, my enemy is my friend. I think not many people here were ARW fans during season 1 and 2 or seasons 1, 2, and 3 of ARW. ARW got a good 4-season run at least.
Zander did not like Kenny Omega until he found out his signature move was called the One-Winged Angel.
I didn't dislike Kenny. I just was.
Yeah, he wasn't over with you, and arguably still isn't because this whole brawl out situation just keeps going and doesn't seem to stop.
Yeah, apparently now the dog lost teeth or something. I don't give a shit anymore.
And like I'm sitting here asking myself, they said this brawl went on for no more than 2 minutes. How much shit happened in 120 seconds to the point that we have, like, what, 2 months of investigation?
Exactly. And the gripe bomb. Yeah, can't forget the gripe bomb.
Oh, is that what they're calling Punk's whole, like, media scrum situation?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm honestly trying to see if WWE's posted anything about tonight that I can use, that I can make any jokes about, because let's see.
So Jim Cornette got rammed online a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because he went off because Bray Wyatt's being pushed as the top guy because he has great merch sales. And Jim Cornette said something like merch sales don't actually mean anything, blah, 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 blah. Cut to the podcast 2 weeks before that, where he says Punk's merch sales alone constitute AEW deciding him over the Elite.
Yeah.
If CM Punk returns to WWE, Zander said, I'm just going to come out. No.
No, you can say it.
Zander was straight up like, he's going to NXT if he comes back to WWE.
I ain't touching him. I don't want him. I would just like to say, I said I would give him a chance. Oh boy, that ended quickly. Also,
no, it went fine for 14 months, and like
it was 12 months. It was 12 months.
Yeah, but like it went fine for 12 months, and then somehow this happened.
Yeah,
it felt like 12 months everyone was hand in hand saying "Kumbaya," and now like, what the fuck's going on?
I don't know. I do have something kind of funny to point out, by the way, about SmackDown today.
Yeah.
I just think this is kind of funny. So today on SmackDown, we had 2 returns, and this kind of affirms why I took the briefcase off of him. All anyone's talking about is that we're doing Cody and Gargano. Roderick Strong returned today. We brought back Roddy. No one's talking about that, though.
So, like, we had this huge plan for Roderick Strong.
Yeah, he was supposed to be where Cody is right now.
Yeah,
just
and
not
now,
26.
Even though Cody's working a lot better.
Significantly better.
Yeah.
I need to point that out real quick. It's like, yeah, people are like, oh, Xander, why'd you take the briefcase off of Roddy? Like, you know, it makes no sense. And, you know, he would have been a good chicken shit heel champion. You didn't care that he lost the briefcase. You didn't care that he won it. And you didn't care that he returned today.
You still broke my heart, damn it. Who, Pierre? Who broke your heart?
Roderick Strong with the whole I killed the Undisputed Era thing.
Roddy pushing Universe. We're trying, Stefania.
We're trying.
In case you didn't know it, it's happening right now. He's fighting Drew at the pay-per-view.
For the title.
Yes.
But nobody cares.
Tell you what, if people start commenting saying they want Roderick push, we'll push him.
It's how it works.
Yeah. But
there are certainties.
Danhausen winning the Digital Media Championship, apparently.
I mean, yeah, Roderick Strong's facing Drew. He returned today and immediately went after Drew. So it makes sense. Riddle and Priest said they had backup to help them against the 6. And then Roderick Strong's music hit. And he still had the Diamond Mine music because I'm an idiot that forgot to give him his old theme song back.
Yeah. Also, yes, is this our version of RK Bro happening right now? little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway,
priests.
yeah. There are some certainties. There are only a few certainties in the LS11 comment section, and that is, never correct me. Like, you can helpfully correct me, like, hey, Xander, just letting you know, you said this wrong a couple of times, and do it like in a nice way. Only do it if I ask. If I'm like, I think it's called this, but you can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. Otherwise, it's like, no, leave me alone. I don't need to know that I got Elba Fire's finisher name wrong one time when there's footage of me calling it the right thing 1,000 times. I don't need to know that Veer and Sanga's tag team name in NXT was Indus-Sher, but right now, in real life, they're just being called Veer and Sanga. And I made the comment today on Universe. I know they used to be Indus-Sher, but I haven't decided if I like the name or not.
What if the next is determined for one night RH Return of Honor after Brian's match in Universe?
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe.
Hanzo says Xander drops pipe bombs in the comment section and then just deletes them. I sure do. There are so many comments that I have sent you and I have sent people in Discord where I'm like, I had this whole paragraph typed out and I just deleted it.
Eventually, I will go off in a way that probably constitutes a pipe bomb.
I mean, I did drop a pipe bomb in a comment a couple months ago, but then the original commenter deleted theirs.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you get me just annoyed enough to do it. Like, not you, as in you. You know what I mean.
What's that guy? I forget his name now. He's following us for a while. He was annoying as hell.
Which is probably why you don't remember his name.
Yeah.
Don't remember, obviously. You know what I mean.
No, I genuinely don't.
Well, even if you do, don't name names.
And like, eventually one day I just went off on him. Like we were live, he was instigating something, and I just went off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Yeah. I went off and I was just like, no. And then like we started arguing, and then I just timed him out for 5 minutes, and then he watched for about another month, and we didn't respond at all, and then he stopped watching.
Yeah. Zach says, I help you in the beginning, but like in a nice way. Yeah, Zach is like, I don't mean to like be a jerk or anything, but by the way, it's cool.
Yeah, you're fine. No, I'm not.
I've pretty much, you know what? Like, I will say, like, I think I've kind of mentioned it once or twice. Like, Zach, just kind of for example, Zach, just using you as an example, like, Zach's been watching me since I was 15, which means Zach would have been 12. Zach's been watching me make content since I was 15 years old. And there were points, like, when Zach first found this channel where, like, the over-the-top Rollins stuff, I was like, all right, here we go again. But now it's like I see a Zach comment, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great comment. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm going to go get some food. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm going to pull myself up on the screen just to be safe here. All right, but yeah, so I'll just keep talking for a minute here. Stefania asks, NXT is back in Universe. Will you include the real-life stars in NXT right now? There will be some. Yeah, there will be some that are there. Some of them will get featured more than others, but we were kind of listing off the roster a little bit. Names I've been allowed to say that are going to be in NXT. We got Tyler Bate, we got Tyler Breeze, Damon Kemp, Damon Kemp, Ezekiel, Odyssey Jones, Timothy Thatcher, Wesley, Zion Quinn, Briggs and Jensen, GYV, Lorcan and Birch, and Los Lotharios. Like Sangha, Veer. Yeah, Pierre sums up exactly why you won't be seeing that person in LS11 NXT. There are a lot of people that are going to be moving from Raw and SmackDown down to not down, but over to NXT. Zach says, may I ask a question? Did you just get tired of Joe Gacy? I don't care about him. I never have. It was essentially a fact that the roster had gotten so small that there just happened to be a mod of him available on 2K19, and I needed a warm body to take some losses, and so there he was. I have never really cared about him. I've never found him that interesting. I've never found him that impressive. That's just me. Other people can like him. That's something you guys will know about me is like, I will say you can like who you want. I like who I like, and I don't really put people on blast for liking who they like, and I just kind of expect the same respect on that front. Like I'm not a Sasha Banks guy. I understand she's got her fans. I'm not particularly one of them. Only time I get upset about people not accepting that is when they put me on blast. Like someone called me a few slurs that I was not okay with last year when I said I wasn't a big Sasha Banks fan. A couple of words that mocked people with actual, not illness, but actual disabilities, that I was not okay with that. So I deleted that comment, banned that person from the channel. Typically, it's just a matter of you like who you like, and there's some people I don't that a lot of people do, and there's some people I do like that a lot of people don't. Like, I've been a Baron Corbin guy for 7 years almost. Zander, what if Ray and Dom in real life, but you book it? I mean, the best way to know how I would handle things is if I've already done them in universe. We just did Ray and Dominic at No Mercy, and the whole thing was Ray didn't want the fight, so he took the shortcut to show Dominic, if you're going to lie, cheat, and steal, you do it my way. And ultimately now Dominic's on Raw, Ray's on SmackDown, and they're doing their own thing. Dominic's got a Money in the Bank qualifier on Monday. Sasha's all right, not a big fan. Yeah, exactly. Like, I acknowledge that she's good in the ring. It's just she's never really connected with me, and that's fine. What do I think about the Corbin and JBL partnership? I think that there was mileage to the idea. I think there was an idea there, and I don't think they went about the idea in the right way at all. I think you could have gotten something good out of it, and instead you got JBL prowling the border out of it. Because that's what level of heat he's got going on right now. It is go away, not the JBL we want. Heat. If this was like, rich Texan JBL is just a jerk, that's one thing. And I also, JBL is one of those things where, like, you have to separate the person from the character. Sad Corbin was best Corbin. You know what? The Corbin that's my favorite is 2016 Corbin, when he was just he could talk, but he was mainly just going to kick your ass. I think if you took the gimmick of brooding badass Corbin and put him with today's Corbin, who has great mic skills, I think you got something there. That's just me, though. And go back to like what he had. Go back to his ring attire from the King Corbin days, like just the ring attire, like the tank top, the black tights. Maybe have him wear like a jacket to the ring or something. You good? You ready? Hi.
Hi.
We're just talking about random stuff.
Fun.
Oh yeah. So I'm currently just kind of checking Twitter to see if there's anything I can use a joke for. I need some material to make this joke.
So I got sucked into an internet pit recently.
Okay.
SpongeBob conspiracy theory pit.
Mm-hmm.
My God. Have you ever fallen down this hole?
Yeah.
Have you heard the one that the secret ingredient is Krabby Patty, is whales, and is Pearl's mother?
Yeah.
You sick bastards out there.
There's also people who think it's crabs and that he's a cannibal.
Yeah. My favorite is that Mrs. Puff killed somebody.
Yeah. What happened to Mr. Puff? She doesn't like to talk about it.
Seems oddly plausible.
What's that?
Just given what we know about Mrs. Puff.
It's true.
I mean, she's unhinged.
Yeah.
It's the internet, Ray. I understand that.
Oh man. So I have been back in the gym as of about 3 weeks ago, and I'm making some gains, actually. My upper chest, like from here up, I'm starting to look better. It's just I've still got my gut, which is why I still frame myself this way. But I've been doing a lot of ab work. Like, there's nothing to brag about, but like, this is where my arms, you can see there's a bit of a line there. My arm is starting to tone up a bit. Like I said, there's not much to write home about, but I'm making some progress, at least.
Okay. I know you don't watch The Office. There's a clip where Daryl's being forced to work out by Dwight when Dwight starts an in-building gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what do you want? What do you want? And Daryl screams, to look good for Val, his girlfriend. And he's like, Val Kilmer? I don't buy it. It doesn't make any sense. I now know what you want. I'm going to make you the buffest man Val Kilmer's ever seen.
Zach says, can't wait for Super Card of Honor. Super Card of Honor is going to be so good tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. Like, I have done some serious work on that one. That one took me... It's only an hour and a half long of a show, which is just because it's like 7 matches. So, is it 7 matches, actually? Hold on. Yeah, it's 7 matches exactly. So, like, it's 7 matches. There are no segments or anything to it because it's a one-off show. There will be more Ring of Honor shows if this does well, at least. But like, it's a 7-match show. It's a really good show. I think people are going to enjoy it, and I'm hopeful that it will get some eyes onto LS11 Universe for even more wrestling stuff that we'll be doing.
Yeah.
I like Roman Reigns. He's always been my favorite since I started watching 2014. So we started watching it. Kyle Grubb says that. We've been watching since about the same time. Rollins was my favorite when I started watching. I liked Roman when I started watching. I soured on him a little bit. What was that?
I've been watching way longer than that.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Kyle Grubb, not you.
Oh.
He says he started watching in 2014.
We said we, and I was like...
Yeah, I was talking about him.
Yeah.
We started watching about the same time then. But yeah, Seth was my favorite when I started, and I still like Seth Rollins, but and I liked Roman Reigns at first, and I still do like Roman now. I think what honestly made me turn on Roman when I had not yet, I was still like I still like Roman. What made me turn on Roman ultimately was when Bobby Lashley beat him clean in 2018, and then they just did the rematch the next night and made it the #1 contendership, and Roman won that.
Yeah.
That's what made me finally just go, all right, I give up. I'm done. So Zach asks, how are you going to do Code of Honor? I'm not.
So, I think when I turned on Roman, when I officially turned on Roman, was Survivor Series. When it was so clear Dean probably should have won the belt that night.
Oh, yeah.
And cast your minds back to 2016, children. Like, flipping bottles was a trend. Dabbing was a trend.
We literally just talked about that before the stream.
The all I do is win joke was a trend. But yeah, so 2016, well, it's 2015. 2015, Rollins exploded.
Yeah.
And injury where even if you look at it now, you still go, oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but that Rollins injury provides quite the perfect little fallback for if you ever need to write Rollins out in universe, though.
Yeah. I feel like there's some political joke to be made with him trying to powerbomb Kane. I just don't know it yet. Anyway, but
Go ahead.
But yeah, it was so clear people were behind Dean Ambrose at the time because he had that really good 2015 feud with Rollins. And it was the peak of Rollins' 2015 reign was his feud with Dean. And so people were really behind Dean winning the title. Roman won the title. And then Sheamus won the title. And then Sheamus kept the title until Roman beat him for the title the next night.
Yeah.
And
then
then
Sheamus had like a 4-week reign, but that was still too long.
Let's do it again for Survivor Series, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Hanzo makes what I assume is an Office reference here.
Where, Dwight? I think. Okay, Zander, so you have context. There's a character named Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Who and Dwight has a romance with Angela.
Yes.
There's also a coworker named Oscar. You know Oscar.
Yes.
Right? The Hispanic one. The Hispanic accountant who's gay. So anyway, Phyllis catches Dwight and Angela having sex in the office after hours.
Mm-hmm.
And how you frame it, it's hard to tell, but it is on Oscar's desk. And like a season later, Oscar goes, "You did it in the office? Where? Where, Dwight?" I think you already know where.
Oh, no.
Like you just see Oscar like slowly put his hand over his mouth and more. So here's the thing, though, Zander. You were getting into that show, though.
It's not so much getting into it as it was I was waiting for Bound for Glory to start last year and watched a 4-hour marathon of it because I had nothing better to do on a Saturday night.
You liked it.
It was fun, yeah. Man, tomorrow is going to be... I've got a packed day tomorrow, and my fiance does not. My fiance does have the day off. She's not particularly thrilled with the fact that I got a premiere at 11, a premiere at 12, a podcast at 2, and then another live stream afterwards.
I just realized we forgot to record this week's podcast yesterday.
We kind of did, yeah. We also a bit of a behind-the-scenes peek here. Revolution's in 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
I have not recorded it. I don't think you've uploaded the arena, and we don't know how we're going to handle commentary.
Well, folks, this is what's called procrastination.
Yes, this is what's called, does Zander need to do it alone? Or is there a day in the week that you have off that I can actually make it to where you live at a reasonable time if you give me $20 for gas?
I'll check.
Because, like, as far as I can tell, the only days you have off are ones where I have class all day.
Yeah.
So if I have to go in alone, that's fine. I don't mind.
Folks, we'll try to figure it out.
So are we going to wait for Revolution? No, Revolution will still be on the day it's supposed to be on. It might just be me on commentary is all.
No.
Or it might be getting uploaded at like 11:59 the night before it airs.
Possibly.
You never know. So apparently Bandito and Juice Robinson have both agreed to deals with AEW.
Amazing.
As have Matt Taven and Mike Bennett.
Well, Tony, you're still managing to sign me. Congratulations.
Good job, man. Still managing to sign people and not letting the ones that want to leave go.
I mean, like, why are we holding Vince to a different standard than Tony on this?
That's a good question. Like, everyone was doing all the free Ali stuff when Ali asked for his release, and I was on board with that. But like, it's been very
No, but like, it feels like when Vince denies somebody, people are like, "Damn it!" But like they like it's Vince, so like, what are they gonna do? They know Vince doesn't give a shit.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Adam Cole does now have another faction to reunite with since Bobby Fish is gone and Kyle's out for the foreseeable future. So I need someone to tell me, and Ray, maybe you can be that person. Do I look darker? Like, does my window look darker than normal?
I don't know.
Okay. My hair looks darker on stream than normal.
Maybe it's contrast because I have like this white light on me.
Maybe. That very well could be what it is. I don't know. I think Alex changed what light bulbs we used this week, so that could be it.
It's like you snap, like, we're changing everything!
Pretty much. Man, tomorrow's going to be fun. But, shit, I really wish there was something I could use this clip for. Bobby Fish and Impact is tumbleweeds in the desert. It sure is. Oh my god, Bobby Fish Impact jokes are actually my favorite thing right now. Like, I'm not sure how me not liking CM Punk and then Bobby Fish shooting on CM Punk made me just not really like Bobby Fish either.
You want to know what Bobby Fish is right now?
What's that?
Bobby Fish is the guy sitting in the bar with all his friends, the AEW people, like the Elite, Undisputed Era, and going, guys, you know what? Fuck it, let's go. And we'll beat up the guys at Impact's locker room. And he stumbles in all drunk. All right, guess who's behind me? That's right. You're going down. You're going down. You're going down. You're going down. Here we come. Yeah.
Oh
Guys.
Apparently he's not actually signed to Impact, though.
Oh, no.
So he's just waiting for Trips to pick up the phone.
Hey, if all else fails, he can be in Glenn Jacobs' cabinet.
All right, that's it. Good night, everybody. Roll the credits. We had a great time here, everybody. Do we have like? Here we go. Good night, everybody. What was that?
I thought you were really just about to end it. Like,
No, I just was hitting that because it sounded like outro music. I was like, all right, that's enough life for me for one day. Oh, I've got a story to tell.
Mhm.
So I went to a wrestling convention this past weekend. And I took my stepdad with me for multiple reasons, including he was the only person that wanted to go at that point, and I thought it'd be a fun time for he and I to go hang out together for a couple hours. Well, Discord already knows about this. Twitter already knows about this. But YouTube does not know about this. I went to this meet and greet, and Sting was supposed to be there. 2 years ago, Sting was supposed to be there. And then I think you guys can tell what happened. It was supposed to be at the beginning of 2020. I think you guys can figure out what happened.
Sting, that no-showing son of a bitch.
Yeah, how dare he go sign with a major promotion. And so they got Kevin Nash to replace him. And then Kevin Nash pulled out about a month ago when his son started having the issues. And So then they got Jake the Snake Roberts and Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Apparently, Greg Valentine pulled out at the last minute, too. So my Sting meet and greet got traded in to meet Brutus Beefcake and Jake the Snake for free. Or for what I already paid, anyway. And my stepdad and I walk in, and we look around, and there's a lot of people there already, you know? There's a lot of people. Like, the Rock and Roll Express is there. We meet them. We get this poster autographed. Hang on. Jake the Snake's there. We get this autographed. Teddy Long's there. We talked to him for a minute. He was really nice. Sabu's there. He signs this and gives me a picture of his wife wearing next to no clothing that nearly gets me in trouble with my fiance.
I met Teddy Long once too.
And then I meet Brutus Beefcake. I get this signed. But then we're looking around, and this was actually the first thing that happened was we look around, and there's a big banner across the room, and it's got a giant name printed on it. And there's a man sitting under it, and my jaw just... Because you see, normally, when you go to a meet and greet and look for wrestlers, you got a 50-50 shot of finding someone you want to meet. But this guy, genetic freak, he's not normal. And kids, that's the story of how Zander met Scott Steiner.
Did you show him the cameo?
I didn't, because he had a lot of people lining up. And well, he didn't actually really have too many people lining up there. There were like probably 2 people behind us waiting to talk to him. But he just didn't seem like he was in a very talkative like mood. He just seemed like he was just kind of tired and was kind of sleepwalking through the meet and greet. And so I was just like, let's just meet him, shake his hand, tell him we're big fans, get our picture, and kind of go on.
I'm going to say something that surprises nobody. I met Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer's an asshole.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I met James Storm a couple years ago. He was nice. You got complimented by one of the Bucks once.
Oh yeah, that's true. So okay, do you guys want to hear like the story in context?
I think you have to tell that story in context.
Okay, so Air Paris runs a promotion out of Georgia. Like they're doing a show in my town, and he was actually behind the venue talking to somebody on the phone. I was there. And there was a meet and greet earlier that day where Zander met James Storm. So I all back together. But I had work, so I couldn't show up to the meet and greet until the wrestling show. I was able to go to the wrestling show, which I didn't want to see the wrestling show. So I end up there, and I see this guy. I don't realize it's Air Paris, AJ Styles' former tag team partner.
Yeah. Oh, he was at the thing, by the way. He was there too.
Yeah, I already said that. So I go up to Air Paris, and I'm like, "Hey, Air Paris," and I'm like, "Hey, where's the entrance to this thing?" And he goes, "Over there." He goes, "Do you know who I am?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, no." And he was like, "I'm Air Paris." I'm like, "You hear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, the WCW guy." And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Cool." He was like, "You're 6'7". I was like, "Well, at the time I was 6'6", but I was still pretty tall." And he was like, "Would you like to go up to the railing at a certain point in the show and yell at a heel for making fun of some kids, and then the heel just smacks you?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So, so this heel, I forget the name of this guy. He's kind of just like a local, like smarmy heel, and he smacks me. He gives me a good one. Like this guy. I was like, I was 18 at the time.
Yeah, you were 18. That's right.
Yeah, I was 18, and he slapped the shit out of me.
I mean, in all fairness, you probably look like you're in your 20s.
Yeah, but like in context, like I'm like, imagine like you go up to like this 18-year-old and smack him in the fucking face, and like he laid one in good.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the wrestling show for free. So after that, I go up and I'm watching this wrestling show happen, and the end of the show is a tag match between like this big guy tag team being managed by some manager from WCW, Air Paris, and James Storm. And that's the main event.
Mm-hmm.
And James Storm. Oh, have I told you what James Storm did in that match?
No.
Okay. So he and because people thought he left earlier that day. They did not know he was there. So Air Paris like, I'm gonna find a tag team partner. And people thought because Scott Steiner was there, thought it'd be Scott Steiner. They're like, oh, probably Scott or something like that. He goes, I'm sorry. And then the music hits, sorry about your damn luck. And
so that's pretty cool.
And James Storm comes out. He witnesses the two faces out. He gets in the crowd. He takes a beer from this girl, fucking guzzles it, goes over the railing, sits in the seat next to her, puts his arm around her, like.
It's pretty cool.
Comes, gets back, he goes into the ring. So they win the match, and the Young Bucks run into, because the faces got in for an after show attacks. So the Young Bucks, that was the big thing. The Young Bucks come out, they give, the super kicks, all that, pop the crowd. And I'm up, and I look over, and I'm just going, and, the whole crowd's going, hey, I'm late, hey, I'm late.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt pointed at me and went, good job. And I was like, yeah. And I was just, I don't know. I think he said to me, because that would be the only person in the crowd it would make sense to yell out. And it looked like he was pointing at me to say good job too.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to think he said it to me.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure. Because, legitimately, who else could it be?
No, you make a good point. I'm not arguing with you on it.
Yeah, Shane Storm? No, not Shane Storm. Shane somebody, not Shane Helms. He used to run with Matt Hardy.
I have no idea.
He was the Matt's little MFer. I have to look this guy up because I feel bad for reading his name. Because legitimately, Matt Hardy version 1 is one of my favorite things. Okay. I love that.
Shannon Moore.
Shannon Moore, thank you.
That's all Pierre on that one.
Thank you, Pierre. But yeah, Shannon Moore was there, and he wrestled the match. And one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen happen to a wrestler happened in that match. I mean, live, anything. It looked painful. So he's wrestling some other local high flyer kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was 22 at the time.
Yeah.
And at one point, they're going over the top. The dude goes over the top, lands on his feet. Shane goes to the ring apron, tries to springboard into a moonsault.
Yeah.
The kid moves out of the way, and the shin on the bend of Shannon Moore's foot, both of them go boom right onto the rail.
Oh boy.
And he was going like Zander. I mean, it wasn't a flip from the apron. Mm-hmm. It was a springboard off the rope. So he had some elevation. So literally the bins of the bottom of his foot was just popped over there. And I heard a scream from him.
Oof.
He finished the match. But yeah, that would fuck up your shit.
I'm sure.
Oh
man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a thing to you, and I do kind of blame Air Paris for this. because I hate saying it like this. It's his job setting up the arena to make sure there's enough space between the railing and the ring to ensure that wrestlers can do what they need to do on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I know it's like, because he did give me an opportunity, and it was really cool. And it was really cool to be involved in a wrestling show.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know, like I feel like if you say, okay, let's just trim down one more row, so we get one more front row, or like one more in that front row section, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's very dangerous to do.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've got my bit finally planned out.
Okay.
So recently, MJF returned to LS11 Universe.
Yeah.
And he returned with the pride of Colton and Austin Gunn, W. Morrissey, Sean Spears, and that was actually it for us.
Okay.
But Colton, Austin Gunn, and W. Morrissey is the important parts. And MJF made an off comment in LS11 Universe about how this has been planned since May, Tony Khan, man. Which was...
That's true.
Yeah. We planned that in May.
Months ago.
And so then suddenly, the firm happens, which is made up of Stokely Hathaway, Ethan Page, W. Morrissey, Colton and Austin Gunn, and Lee Moriarty. So Tony... You think I'm going to hit the clip, don't you guys? You think JonTron's about to pop up on your screen. Oh, no.
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
I made my own 20 minutes before we went live.
Have you made your couch? Have you moved your couch?
No.
Why is it a solid white background?
Hold on. It's the angling.
Oh, okay.
It's super zoomed in as well.
Okay.
The walls are white here.
I know, but I was like, Zander has so many windows.
Yeah, I angled it in a way where you couldn't see the windows.
Zander, if there was a hurricane in your apartment, you are fucked.
Hanzo has to see it again. Hold on, everybody. One more time.
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
So I also want to point out, I've been planning Hater to fight Storm at Revolution for months.
You sure have.
Yeah. They announced that Storm was twinning against Hater yesterday on Dynamite, or the other day on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally sent Zander a clip of that. Gone!
So, Ray, I guess what you're saying is...
Wait a minute. Now, I'm not saying I want royalties for this clearly amazing idea that you stole from me. But, maybe there should be a check in the mail for every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. Guess what I'm asking for.
Next time we're together in real life, we need to film one of those of us just sitting right next to each other on the couch saying it in sync together. We do.
Then I remember I wake you up. Zander, what? It happened again. Contact our lawyer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can give you a great legal case on this. He will pay for what he has done.
I mean, if you've ever wanted to know, our lawyer does have a video resume. Here it is. I don't really know what that is either. I think that's called a fan cam. Is that what that's called?
Yeah, even Ray has his own. Yeah, I might make a new one, honestly.
Yeah, because you look really different from how you did like a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Also, the short hair. The long hair suits me a lot better, people. Don't you think?
Yeah.
You know Carl is against Hanzo.
Oh yeah, Carnal is so. Despite you not wanting him to be, Carnal is one of the most over things on this channel for some reason.
And Carnal has friends. I think you and Carnal are friends, Hanzo. And I feel bad for Carnal when he has to attend your funeral after what I do to you tomorrow.
I mean, you say you think Carnal and Hanzo are friends. Actually, little fun fact: not this week, but next week on November 5th. Remember the 5th of November edition of LSWF Kickoff. It will actually be Carnold and NRW of Hanzo and Shinobi taking on DJ Danger, Nelson Kent, and Ethan Fisher of the gang.
I think it's time for us to wrap this up, people.
Yeah, so how about I just play us out with the announcement one last time. For those that didn't get to see it, before we sign out, this is the NXT trailer. This will be the final time you see us. I will end it as soon as the trailer ends. I've been Zander.
I've been Ray.
And that was the live stream. Hit it.
Counter, gun, kicks him up, pops him up, leaves him in the air to hang.
Now done. Grab Styles back to his feet.
Oh my God!
Third time.
Xander!
Bitter and connect. 1, 2, it's over. Pete Dunne.
Did it!
Pete Dunne is the final NXT champion.
We are NXT. And I am proud to be the one to lay this championship in the ring and say goodbye. Farewell, NXT.